Okay, here we go, factoring each trinomial by grouping, but now we are going to change it so that a is more than 1. Makes it a little bit harder, but still manageable. So it's the same procedure as what you've done all week long. You identify your a, your b, and your c. So my a times c in this case equals negative 18. And my b is negative 7. Okay. Remember, that's what we're supposed to do. We got to do a times c that adds to get b. So my a times c, we could do, we know that it's got to be negative, so the bigger number over here is negative, so negative 18 times 1 would be 1, but that adds to negative 17. Negative 9 times 2, that adds to negative 7. So there's your answer to rewrite this. So what we do is we take our equation, and I'm just going to recopy it here. And now we're going to split up that middle section. And what I tend to do here, I look here with a 2. What can I factor out with these? If I look down here, again, my answer is negative 9 and 2. I think it would make sense, for obvious reasons, if we put the positive 2x there, and then we put the negative 9x here, because then when we group, the 2's match, the 9's match, it makes it really easy. So I'm going to pull out now a 2x, and that's going to leave me x plus 1. And over here, I'm going to drop this negative down, and I'm going to pull out a negative 9, which again, a little bit tricky thinking here, but it will leave me x plus 1 because negative 9 times x, negative 9x, negative 9 times 1, negative 9. Okay. And since we have a common group here, we can merge everything together. 2x minus 9 and x plus 1. And you'll notice now that they don't match what your factors were over here. Sometimes they match a little bit. I mean, it just so happened that we still had that 2 in there and the 9, but that's not always the case. On to the next one. So we'll do one more like this, and then we'll get rid of the box. So now we have 3, negative 8, and a positive 4. So a times c is 12, 3 times 4, and then they're going to add to get a negative 8. The only way that would work is that you have to have 2 negatives. Because 2 negatives equal a positive, but they're going to add to get a negative number. So for example, negative 12 times negative 1 is a positive 12, but that adds to get negative 13. Next number would be negative 6 times negative 2. That's positive 12 and a negative 8. So there are my factors. So I'm going to rewrite this as 3m squared. And now if I look at the rest of the problem, 6's and 2's, it would probably make sense that I put the 6 here because I know 3 and 6 go together. And then I'll put the 2 here because 2 and 4 go together, and it makes my grouping really easy. I'm going to pull out a 3m, and that's going to leave me, so if I divide all of this by 3m, that's going to leave me m minus 2. And then down here, that negative is going to drop down. And what can I factor out over here? Negative 2. And that should also leave me with m minus 2, but I'm going to check it. Negative 2 times m. Negative 2m, negative 2 times negative 2, positive 4. Okay. Group those together. Get 3m minus 2. And then group these together because they match. M minus 2. Okay, my A times C in this case is 24, and my B is 11. So 24 times 1 adds to get 25. 12 times 2 adds to get 14, so I'm closer. 3 times 8. So notice I'm going in a sequential order so I don't miss any of my factors. 8 times 3 is 24. They add to get 11. So I have 8m squared. Again, I like the fact that I could do this in either order. So normally I would do it like this. So then I could factor out 8m, and then that just leaves me with m plus 1, and then I can factor out a 3 over here, and that's going to leave me with m plus 1 again, because I'm dividing by 8m over here, dividing by 3 over here. So 8m plus 3 and m plus 1. So I'm going to show you if I do this the opposite way. So real quick, you could do this the other way. 8m squared plus 3m plus 8m plus 3, and group these up. Except what happens is that you can't pull anything out there except for an m. So that leaves you with 8m plus 3. And then over here I can't pull out anything, so I factor out a 1. That leaves me with 8m plus 3. So now when I group things together, I have my m plus 1 and my 8m plus 3. So it's the same thing, just opposite order. Okay, so that just shows that you can do it in either order. And we'll skip number 4 because you already did a positive 1. But what I'm going to do is I'm going to give you your assignment, and if you want to see one more, stay on for the video. Or if you're happy with where you're at, your assignment is on this next page here, starting with 17 and going through 22. So if you're done, you're happy, that's fine. You want to see one more? Here we go. A times C is 36. I did 4 times 9. My B is 12. So I need things that multiply to get 36, add to get 12. In this case, you can start thinking. 4 times 9 was my first thought. Usually I skip the 1 and 1 times 36 because it's not the answer. I mean, it's not going to add to get 37. We can only add to get 12. So I jumped right up to 4 times 9. So I need a smaller number. 4 times 9 is 13. So that was close. Can't do 5, but I can do 6 times 6 is 36. And it does add to get 12. So 6 times 6 is my answer. So I get 4m squared plus 6m plus 6m plus 9. I can factor out a 2 from the first group because 4 does not go into 6, so I have to break that 4 down. I can also factor out an m. That leaves me with 2m plus 3. What can I factor out of the second group? I can factor a 3 out. What's that leave me? 2m plus 3 after I divide. So group these together. 2m plus 3. And this is one of our doubles or special cases from earlier in the chapter. And so there you go. 4 different examples to follow. And again, I already gave you the assignment, so you can scroll back through and find that if you need it. And this is due Wednesday night. Have a good day.